Hello, I'm Catriona. I think three important qualities for a teacher. One is curiosity. I think it's really important that as the teacher you maintain a curiosity in the subject, and even when it's material that you've covered before, that you're able to still find that interest in it, and the enthusiasm about it, because if you don't find it interesting, then how do you expect the student to? And that enthusiasm, I think, is infectious. Uh, then I think empathy for the student, um, for the things that they're finding difficult in a subject. I think being able to engage with how somebody else's mind works and how it might work differently to yours is very important in teaching. And then I would say patience, I think, is the other thing. I think depending on the level of the student that you're working with, or again, it's just that thing of working with a mind that's different to yours, recognizing the things that might come more easily to somebody else or come less easily to somebody else, and being able to work at the pace that's best for the student. Those would be my three qualities, I think: curiosity, empathy, patience. And then my best teaching experience, I had a Nat 5 student a couple of years ago who, so he was doing really, really well in his science subjects, and he really struggled with English. So he was getting A's across the board and everything else, but getting C in English. So his parents hired me to help him with his English. And I began to understand how much he just loved puzzles. He really loved, that was the kind of aspect of the science stuff that he really enjoyed, was kind of working things out. He had one of those kind of brains. So we began to look at texts that way, and that was really exciting. To yeah to approach poems and to start thinking about literary devices and things like that as clues, in a kind of puzzle. So starting to look at a text as a kind of almost like a piece of working machinery, and picking it apart and figuring out how it works. That's always my favourite bit of studying English, but also of teaching it, is helping people do that really detailed work with text and with words. I love that, and I think it's really, really important skill. But that was really exciting with this particular student, because I could see how it suddenly unlocked something to him, for him, that had been before that completely inscrutable. And yeah, and he got an A, and I was very happy for him. Um, and then what was the third question? Why did I get into teaching? I moved around a lot as a child, so I experienced a lot of different school systems, and a lot of different teachers, and I've had some very, very good teachers and some very, very bad teachers. And as a young person who was very, very curious about the world and who loved learning, I know the frustration of not getting the input that you need. So I I do feel very, I hate using the word passionate in this kind of video, but I do feel very passionate about, um, giving students that input. And I think the system that we have of teaching large groups of pupils all together, uh, means that there will always be people who are left out, because um, everyone's different. Everyone learns differently. Everyone learns at different rates, and so being able to give people that one-to-one help is an amazing thing. I am an actor when I'm not teaching, and I'm an actor and a writer when I'm not teaching. I've also worked a lot in buying and selling fiction for bookstores across the UK, so I have a pretty comprehensive knowledge of contemporary fiction, which is also useful for teaching English, and also for teaching drama. So, yeah, that's me.